Hello and welcome to my home. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, I am just so glad that you are back. I have lots of cleaning motivation for you today as I'm tackling my fall deep clean. And all that means is I'm going room by room and I'm seeing what needs to be done, doing that little extra that's going to make me feel so good, I know, once it's over. And so I'm tackling my bedroom and I'm tackling the kitchen and the living room. I'm starting here with my bedroom closet. I'm always happy when I start with my bedroom. My bedroom used to be our dumping ground. It's where I hid everything whenever company was coming. And it was always a mess because I felt like, well, no one comes in here, so it doesn't really matter. But it actually does matter because I like to sleep where it's clean and organized. It just makes it so much more peaceful. Funny side note, this is a box of soap, and why is it in my bedroom, you might ask, is because people kept opening new soap without finishing the old bar of soap. So we had like 5 soap bars in the shower. So I thought, okay, I've got to confiscate this soap. That's a little bit of a crazy story, but that just illustrates how sometimes your bedroom can be the place where you put everything and then it's just a cluttered mess. It's not peaceful. And I think it's important to give yourself a little sanctuary where you go to rest and relax. And so it's good to start with the bedroom because if you start with the bedroom, you're going to find a way to get things like the kitchen and the living room done. But if you start with the kitchen and the living room and you get tired, that bedroom's never getting done. The bottom of my closet always attracts dirt. I think it's from my shoes, and that contact paper there is for when I put a cup of water there at night. Now you're going to be able to see all the dust and dirt that I got off of that little small area. Honestly, I love a dirty rag because it shows I got something done. And now I'm putting my shoes back in. I love having these Rubbermaid boxes for my shoes. Now I'm going through all of my clothes and I'm making sure there isn't anything I might like to get rid of. I'm also holding out aside my summer clothes so that I can make room to bring some of my sweaters up from the basement that I had stored away from winter. I have one box in the basement that's for off-season clothes, so I'll just be putting my short sleeve shirts in that box and taking out the sweaters. These are the things that did not go in my closet. I have the cat's blanket, and then that striped thing is actually a table runner for the table. And then these are the clothes that are being packed away because they're summer things, and these are the things I'm getting rid of. Now my closet's done, and it does feel so good. One chore that I always want to do in the fall is to take the radiators apart, and here I am fighting with it to get it apart and to clean the parts I can clean. I just feel like the heat runs more efficiently and you're not smelling all that dust as it gets heated up. So I take these apart and then I do the best I can to get the dust out and to get them vacuumed. Ew, look at that. I thought the brush attachment on my Dyson would be the best way to go about this, and although it did do okay, it really wasn't sucking things up well enough. It just didn't have enough suction to it, so I end up putting on the little narrow attachment, and that did a much better job. So as you can see, once I put on that narrow attachment, that dust is coming right off. Look at that. That is from that one radiator, but it has been a year since I did this. My kids think that I love cleaning, and I really don't love cleaning. I can get into cleaning and get in the zone, and time just does fly, I will admit. But I mostly clean because I love how it feels when I'm done cleaning. Now that the vacuuming is done, I'm going to work on this window. I'm popping out the screens and I'm going to get those vacuumed. Somehow pine spills get in the middle, and I'm not even sure how that happens between the screen and the window, so I'm getting that brushed off and I'm going to use my vacuum. And then the crisscross part on the window is dirty, although the windows themselves aren't dirty, so I'm just going to get those cleaned up before I vacuum the screens. Now I have some other things I'd like to do in this room. I'd really like to get to the ceilings, and I'd also like to get to, I have a wooden wall that you can't see, I'm kind of facing it, but I need to wait for my husband's help, so I'm moving on to the living room. To change of shirt because it's actually the next day. When I have a goal, I just peck away at it day by day, and I get a little bit done every day, and before you know it, it's done. This is actually my absolute favorite chore lately. I love vacuuming my couches. I do have a cat, so if he's laying on the couches at all, it does a really good job at getting the hair out, but there's also like dust and crumbs, and it just is so easy to clean. It's so satisfying, and I love to see what I get out of the furniture with my vacuum. I know that sounds crazy, but it's strangely satisfying. Maybe it's ASMR, I don't know. I promise though, when I'm done with all the furniture, I'm going to show you my vacuum and what came out of just the living room furniture. All right, I'm almost done. Are you ready for this? Here is my vacuum. Look at that. If that doesn't motivate, I don't know what does. And now it's time to get rid of it. The TV and the game console are always a part of any clean in the living room because they just love dust. Yuck. I'm getting behind the TV stand with my vacuum cleaner with all those messy cords, and I'm just kind of going around things. And I also like to vacuum the tops of the radiators. Now, I'm going to do the radiators in here like I did in my bedroom, but it's just going to have to wait. I got some of my laundry separated, but there's another load ready to come out, so in order to continue with the living room, I need to deal with the laundry. I've talked about my laundry routine before, But there are 8 of us who live here, and basically the way we do this is every night whoever takes a shower brings down their dirty laundry and they put it right in the washing machine. I don't separate anything unless it has to be separated, and I've been known to do a whole load on delicate because of something delicate that needed to be washed. So we do that one load at night. It gets switched over in the morning, and anyone taking a shower or getting dressed in the morning will put their dirty laundry right in the washing machine, and we'll do another load in the morning. And that keeps us pretty well up with laundry. I have the narrow attachment on my vacuum cleaner, and I'm just getting any cobwebs out of the corners and the top of the ceiling. I have this very inexpensive Swiffer from the grocery store, and then I use these dry cloths and I spray on my own wood cleaner, and that is how I clean my wood floors. Just that little quick wipe of the floor is completely worth it. This is all I'm doing in the living room today, and then we'll be off to the kitchen. The kitchen is always my biggest challenge, and I have to admit I made a big mistake. Here's what I did. I decided to get the general kitchen clean before I did the deep cleaning tasks. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I think if I would have done all my deep cleaning tasks, I would have gone and rested and come back to the kitchen and done the general things. Or I even could have asked someone from the family to help me with the general cleanup. But I didn't get a lot done in the kitchen this day because I started with the general cleanup and then I did a couple little things and then I was done. And so I will be starting with the kitchen the next time, but I will be starting, no matter how the kitchen looks, with those little tasks I really want to get done in the deep cleaning area and then doing the general cleanup or asking for some help. When I really have something in my craw that needs to be done, I need to start there and then let the rest take care of itself. But oh well, there's still lots of cleaning motivation here. Section below if you do a deep fall clean or if you just keep up with the cleaning throughout the year, or do you just stick with a spring clean. I do the Fly Lady at different times, but I don't do it right now. I haven't been following the Fly Lady lately. And so I do a spring clean, I do a fall clean, and then I also will do a holiday clean. And I tend to do that even if I am following the Fly Lady. I just don't have as much to do in those times. Whether I'm on the Fly Lady or not, I just find that when there's a seasonal change, it motivates me to do a little bit of extra, and I never waste motivation. As I wash my chef's knife, I thought I would mention that you should never put a chef's knife in the dishwasher. It will dull the knife, and I have learned this the hard way. We have since bought a knife sharpener, and that way, if it ends up getting in the dishwasher, we can sharpen it right away, but it's best just to keep them right out of the dishwasher. Having a large family has really been life-changing for me. I used to procrastinate quite a bit on cleaning, and honestly, I didn't realize how good it was going to feel when I kept up with things, and I fooled myself into thinking that it was impossible. The strange thing is, my house is way cleaner with 7 kids than it ever was when I had 1, 2, or even 3 kids. Some of that is that many hands make light work, and some of that is just that I have learned it's so much easier to just get it done when it gets messed up instead of waiting. I also have my morning routine, and my morning routine just sets me up for the day. Just getting up and getting the dishes unloaded from the dishwasher and put away, getting laundry switched over and separated, and getting my bed made really does set up my day. I'd love to see any tips and secrets that you have or any lessons that you've learned about keeping the house clean in the comment section below, because I just love it when we can all learn from each other. I'm getting my window vacuumed out and wiped out. I always find that if I either vacuum or dry dust first, it just is so much easier to clean something. I'm using Mrs. Meyer's honeysuckle scent, and it smells amazing. Lastly, I'm wiping down my countertops with the Caldrea counter spray that I got from Grove Collaborative, and this also smells wonderful and it lingers in the kitchen, and I just love it. Thanks so much for joining me in my fall deep clean. I have a lot of deep cleaning left to do as I just go room by room looking to see what little things I can do that are extra and that keep things looking nice, which always cheers me up. I have more I want to do in my bedroom. I have way more in the kitchen because I didn't get to nearly anything. And then of course there's all the other rooms. So consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber now so that you don't miss any future videos. I have some more fall recipes coming. I'd like to do some crock pot recipes, and I'm in a baking collab in the middle of the month. So there's lots still to come, and then we'll be launching into the holidays, if you can believe that. I know a lot of people are very concerned about being prepared for the winter in case store shelves go empty again. So up in the right-hand corner of this video, you should be seeing my preparation pantry video. So I'll meet you over there if you want to click on that and keep on watching. So as always, remember that God loves you and I love you too, and I can't wait to see you next time.